what's happening, y'all?
Thank you guys for tuning in to Live with the Yarn Bros, where we give you our take on current events, headlines, and anything travel related from wherever we are on the globe.
That's what's up. So, welcome back to the broadcast. My name is Rondell.
My name is April.
And we are happy y'all joined us this evening. What up?
Thank you guys for coming in and spending your evening with us. We are going to start off with a little game, okay?
Oh, man. Yeah, wasn't always a game though, for real.
Yeah. So we have a question we want to pose to you, and like Rondell said, this wasn't always a game. Actually, a few months back, it became an issue that ran amok in the comment section of one of our videos.
Oh, I like you ran amok. That sound deep. They ran amok, man. They got at us, y'all. So once upon a time, we released a video talking about why we left America, some kind of just where we talked about America being the United States, and people wanted to get with us, yo.
Yeah,
it came for our heads.
It turned into a few different side conversations, but one of them posed a question, and we're going to give a little backstory on it, but we're going to ask you the question. Here it is. How many continents are there?
Straightforward question. Look, just type how many you say there are, and
let us know the country you're from.
You're from. Por favor. All right.
So type that, how many continents, the number of continents, and the country you're from, just so we can see, what type of information is coming through on our.
What's up, Pamela? Today. What's up, Crazy Boy? What up, Traveling Eddie? What's up? Everybody showing up. All right, so let me see.
Buenas noches, people.
So let me type ours in. Or can you type right now, sweetheart?
Okay. So tell them about the backstory of this.
All right, so the backstory. People were really pissed off that we referred to America and not the United States of America. And we got into a long discourse. I don't know if you know me or not, but every now and then I'll get in the comments and get right back at people. I call that clearing my throat. I had to clear my throat. And it turns out I slowed down and listened more than I spoke, and I realized actually my wife asked a question. You noticed something? You asked, who was educated, or what were you taught in school, or something like that.
Right, and the ultimate.
I couldn't tell if you were being sarcastic or not, though.
No. I wanted to know where these people were from, who were giving just something different, because what we ended up realizing.
Crazy boy, really 12? All right.
What we ended up realizing is that people had different answers based on what they were taught in their school system from whatever country that they were from. So not that someone was wrong or someone was right. We were just kind of taught different. And it was interesting finding out other people's perspectives on this topic.
So as I understand, there are 3 different schools of thought. There are 6, 5, and 7 continents, depending on what school system you were raised in, right? Let me see.
So, I'm seeing a lot of 7s from the USA.
Yeah, let me see if I can find one.
I saw, Julie, you mentioned 9, so I'm curious about that answer too. And then, if you scroll, let's see, I think there were a few 5s in here, okay. There's a 5.
Now, as it turns out, I believe Mexico is taught that there are 5, right? And it's just interesting. So they count land masses, right? So Europe and Asia, which kind of makes sense to me, right? You can walk from Europe into Asia, counts as 1, not 2 continents, right? But then there's all of the Americas counts as 1 continent, not South and Central. So it was just that was an education piece, man.
Right, and Traveling Eddie says 6. Okay.
All right. It's just interesting. I'm down with the 6 model, actually.
It was strange, how this conversation even came about, because in that video, we were oh yes, why we left America, to essentially move to Mexico.
Right.
And a lot of the comments were you guys are stupid.
Yeah, they got rude, y'all. They got real rude.
You're still in America. I mean,
idiots. Like call us an idiot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was just, so we had to we understood the sensitivity around using the word America to refer to the United States. So that was really up in our face at that moment. But we also went into a discussion about North America, South America, and then people from certain regions just considering the Americas as one entire continent. It
really, this was an incident where people from all over the globe were talking, and it turned into an educational piece.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. You know what I'm saying? I walked away from it. I had no idea that people were learning different things in different parts of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really, really, really solid.
But, just know it's a sensitive topic, okay?
Let's see somebody on here naming them. Africa, Asia, Europe, North America, South America, Australia, Antarctica. All right, so no Central America? No. I guess that's not a continent.
Well, maybe a part of the landmass.
Oh, somebody named 12. Hold on. That's interesting.
Okay, let's...
You want to post it? Let's see here.
So what are the 12 continents? So we're looking at Crazy Boy Radio's comment right now. If you want to highlight it, you can just click on it. I think we're at the show button.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're seeing Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, Australia. So that's 7. That's kind of what we ascribe to, I guess, that ideology of 7 continents.
But then including the islands, land masses. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
They may be, ascribed to a certain continent.
Okay. They sure do get missed though in all the major models like island. Yeah, it was lava that came underground. Who knows? But okay,
I
can
don't know.
respect
But
that.
it was interesting. So this just brought up something for us, and I'm just gonna go off a little bit just to tell you that this is a sensitive subject. The number of continents that there are in the world, depending on who you're talking to. Another one, which you mentioned earlier, is if you are a U.S. citizen, referring to your country as America instead of the U.S. or the USA or the States, as well as for some people calling yourselves Americans instead of there were a lot of people who suggested to us that we should call ourselves something else,
like United Statesians or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just funny. And I say it's funny. I know it's a sensitive issue, and I think it's funny. Like, I don't care what you call yourself. If you call yourself purple and green, it's like, all right, bro, go for it. But other people are a little sensitive to that. So I think that was
But it
real
was
interesting.
a really big eye opener for us, and learning opportunity, and an opportunity for us to kind of change our dialogue up a bit to be respectful of where we are and what the ideology is from that area.
Hold up now. Nope, ain't changing nothing. I don't hear none of that. I hear you. What up, fam? Make some plans. What up, fellas? What up, though?
Thank you for tuning in. And thank you all for playing our continent game.
Yeah, man. So, what shall we get into, my love?
So, we are going to dive into the news today.
Ready?
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so first up, if you guys have been following our community tab on Facebook, we had a post, on YouTube,
Right.
we had a post out there about something that happened along the highway from Cancun to Merida.
Right.
It's not a happy news segment,
man.
but it's something that we wanted to talk about and just acknowledge. There was a bus crash, I think it was on Sunday. Terrible situation that happened.
In fact, there was a loss of life. So if you guys would just bear with me, let's give 5 seconds to reflect on those that were lost and injured in that crash. All right. So what happened?
So this was the Audio Bus. The Audio Bus company is huge in the Yucatan Peninsula.
Mega.
We've taken it many, many times all throughout the area. It's a very popular way to
This particular route we took over and over and over again. And before we get started with this, I want to say that I do feel safe on the buses here in Mexico on all the lines. 98% of the time. Every time I get some driver that drive like ridiculously crazy, right? But really, by and large, I feel very safe on the buses here. This is the only crash that I have heard of to date. But let's go over what happened because there's a little bit of controversy surrounding it.
So what we know about the number of people on the bus, there were 39 passengers, and unfortunately 8 people lost their lives there, and 20 people were injured during the crash. But the controversy surrounding it, or just a bit of like uncertainty, is there was a report that the bus was moving really quickly, but there was also a report that the bus crashed into a dump truck in the area that was working on
another
railroad project
that we'll talk about. So they're saying that the bus was going so fast that it hydroplaned and went off of the road, or the other train of thought is that dump truck backed into the road and the bus couldn't slow down fast enough to stop. So Either way, I want to give a shout out to some heroes of the day, right? The first responders. And the first responders were not firemen, were not ambulance drivers or anything else, but some construction workers that were working on that project. So props, man. Props, you know. These heroes say what's up, man. They save lives. You know what I mean? They react instantaneously. So that was beautiful.
Yes. And that kind of brings our transition to what they were doing there to begin with. Because that is a whole separate project that is developing right now.
It's exciting, it's interesting, and of course, it's some controversy. We're talking about the Maya Train project. If you don't know about this project, there's a train that's under construction, taking people through the major archaeological sites and to the major beaches, connecting those two together, which is a pretty good idea.
I think by the time it's finished, it's going to be close to 950 miles of like a railroad system from Quintana Roo all the way to and through Chiapas, I believe.
Yep. So that was like extra interesting. But there's some people who are not happy about this. I remember when we were researching Merida to see if we're going to move there. I read about this in the paper, and it was a group of people saying they were upset over the government adopting their name, the Mayan name, because the train has nothing to do with them. And they said something along these lines. Here's a short video we'll show you.
Del tren Maya, no me gusta llamarle Maya, porque no es nada de Maya, ni tiene nada de Maya, y al contrario, es un proyecto etnocida, ecocida.
So yeah, man, they were upset, and they are still a little bit upset.
I mean, and this is kind of like years in the making, and years ago, the reason why so many people are upset is because even though this train is going to like blaze a trail of tourism and hoping to boost the economy in one of the poorest regions in Mexico, it's also going right through indigenous villages, like splitting them into and going through an ecosystem in that area that has pretty much been untouched by tourism.
Straight up. So I don't know where you guys are from, but I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and we really didn't deal a lot with gentrification. You know what I mean? Like we left the city, and then people kind of moved into the city. But like Chicago, Cabrini Green projects, and various different areas deal with gentrification, and this is kind of like a huge gentrification product.
Right, and that's because with this train being fully constructed, it's going to displace a lot of the indigenous population in the area.
Yeah, lots. So how do you guys feel about that? What do you think about that? Let me see here. Let's check it out. Love that. Who's building it? I believe the government is building it. The government is backing this project. And I gotta say, who you think getting the money from this project? You know what I mean? Like they say that they're employing people and giving jobs out and whatnot, but I don't know who gets the big payout. I don't think it's going to be the little fella. I don't think the Mayan villages are going to get that payout like that.
It's interesting because I understand the point of wanting to boost tourism in the area and bring money to the economy there. Mexico has been a beast at marketing and their tourism. Like they're just really good at it, and the reason why they travel so much,
yeah, man, they know how to be attractive, and you know, you don't mind spending your money here in Mexico because generally speaking, you get the bang for your buck. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go do something, they give you the full life of the experience.
Right, and like you mentioned, those Pueblo Mágicos. Like if we hadn't known about those, we would have never visited the smaller towns in Mexico that still have a lot of magical stuff to offer.
Let me see. How do you guys feel about this comment? There's a cost of progress and economic development. There is a cost. It is. So I guess who decides who pays that cost, I guess. You know what I mean?
True.
Like in a democracy, you know what I mean? Should there be a vote, or do the government get to say, no, we're running this train through your town that's been around since, you know, whatever, however many years, you know what I'm saying, pre-Hispanic times, whatever. We're going to run this through your town, and you just need to deal with that.
Yeah. If you're interested in seeing more of that video, we left a link in the description.
For sure.
But Google is your friend as well, because there's just a lot of information out there about it right now, and the people who think it's a huge disruption, and then the government who's really trying to sell this project.
So that leads us to our next topic. All right, y'all, bear with us, right? So I read this article a few days ago about banks hiring gangs to physically evict people and to terrify people to get property in Roma Norte in Mexico City, Ciudad Mexico. And I was like, what? Nah, this got to be some kind of gossip. Why would they do that? Well, the eviction process in Mexico is quite legal, and it can take a long time. And there's a lot of money. You're welcome for the link. There's a lot of money to be made in this particular neighborhood. We hung out in this neighborhood, and we were kind of amazed looking at everybody walking around over there. People with leather jackets on, walking their dogs that had leather paw things over their paws.
Like, I know Mexico City is a huge, ginormous metropolis.
Yeah.
We know that it is a huge base for a lot of foreigners, but it's also attracting a lot of the Mexican elite, a lot of nationals who are into tech, into remote working, coming to this city that continues to transform.
So there's a whole lot of money to be made. I just want to show you guys a little clip that we put together earlier to talk about what gentrification really is. Gentrification is a noun, y'all. It's the process by which a wealthier class of people move to an area and displace the poor that originally lived there. Financial policies, policing, everything changes to benefit the wealthier class that moves in.
On the surface, it can seem very beneficial to the area, but in practice, it can be very corrosive to the people.
So, what do I mean by that? Mexico City it's huge. First off, it's a huge city. It's a huge city, and it got that big because people moved from all over Mexico to Mexico City to get paid for jobs. So in these neighborhoods that are becoming the new gym to expats and to the Mexico elite, like Roma Norte, they are cashing in, so they're moving out the original residents who like to live close to their jobs and having them move far outside of the city because the rents are just too high.
Yeah.
When the pandemic hit, lots of people moved there. So in 2020, rent in that particular neighborhood increased by a multiple of 4. So if your rent was $10 in January, by the end of the year you're paying $40. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So, to you and me, maybe the rent wouldn't be a whole lot of money, but for the people, the working class citizens that live in the neighborhood, it's interesting. So, in Mexico City, it's not the expats that are driving up these prices, which is interesting, right? So it's the Mexican elite, the people from Mexico who got the money to spend are choosing to move to these areas. And the expats too.
Yeah, I'm sure the expats contribute to it as well.
But by and large, it's Mexicans.
Right. It's a lower cost of living, and sometimes you're just willing to pay the price, and that just continues to raise them.
So the neighborhoods are real friendly, in the other places that we've been, like Baja California Sur, over in Cabo, that ain't the case, right? It's solely like expats and, billionaires and whatnot driving up the prices over there. And from what I saw, the locals don't like it at all.
So when we first got to Cabo, we stayed in a local area. So we weren't anywhere near the marina and the hot spots of the city. So we were in a local area, and we were just walking around, and it felt like we didn't belong. Okay. We felt like we didn't belong there, and we got a lot of different stares, and it's like, what are you doing here? Why are you
trying to crack jokes when nobody laughing at my jokes? I'm like, dang, yo, okay, I'm spitting ass man, yo, bro. So we hurried up and get out that neighborhood, and we went to the tourist zone.
Actually, we're not expecting to be welcomed everywhere, but I was like, all right, so maybe we should, check out a different area. But the tourist area is a stark difference from the local area, and you can visibly see the gentrification there. And just like the mindset of taking up all the land by the beach and erecting
all the best land is
taken.
Yeah, man. It, I gotta tell you, Cabo is freaking gorgeous.
But yeah, it's beautiful.
You'll see. So what's up? I think is that the news for the day?
Is that the news for the day? I think so.
All right.
Well, that's the serious news.
We gave y'all a lot of heavy stuff, right? we'll migrate over to some good news. My wife did my hair today so I can look good for the broadcast, y'all. So I get to look good for about 4-5 more days.
Oh, Joe's in here. Thank
What
you
up,
for
Joe? What's up, big
tuning
fella? What's up, man?
But a part of our good news we want to celebrate is you guys.
Yeah, man. Y'all awesome people. You guys are the tops, all right? Y'all the it. Why are they the it, my dear?
Because you guys give us the support, encouragement that we really appreciate. Keep making the content that we make. The fact that you guys find it valuable, that you take the time to tune in with us.
You the best,
really
man.
Means a lot. And the fact that like you watching the videos helps to increase our reach and our subscriber count is growing, and that's
What's that subscriber count at now?
We're at 33.5 thousand subscribers right now.
33,500. That's insane. Our goal for the second quarter of the year was to be at 40,000. We might get there in the first part. So that's, man, so.
Thank you guys. Wouldn't be without you guys.
We appreciate you guys for real, for real.
Also wanted to take a second just to pass the mic to you guys. You know, does anyone have any good news that you want to put on YouTube? You know, something that we can celebrate with you. Anything good that's happening, let us know in the comments.
Thank you, Yvonne. Appreciate you. We want to celebrate one of our partners in crime up here, the dynamic duo Cafe Con Leche. These guys, let me see. They just launched a marketplace to sell freshly roasted coffee delivered to your doorstep. I'll put a little link down here.
Yeah, definitely check them out. They make awesome content around Mexico. Cool dudes that we had the opportunity to meet in Guadalajara.
Yeah, man.
They're
and
awesome.
they get in fresh roasted coffee, roasted the previous day, delivered to your doorstep. You know, every cup has a story. So enjoy your cup of Joe with these guys in mind. Yeah, congrats to them. That's a big deal, man. So.
Oh, T-Law, your birthday is the 17th.
What?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I think someone said, I'm scrolling in the wrong area.
What you got? What you find?
Traveling Eddie. I got my fade today.
That's what's up. Gotta stay clean. Gotta stay clean.
Awesome. Congrats. Let's see. So that is, we had some good news from you guys, good news from the support of you guys, and also, is anybody watching the Olympics right now?
Oh yeah, what's up? What's going on with the Olympics? Shoot, we'll talk about Super Bowl in a minute. Go ahead and go Olympics.
I mean, admittedly, I haven't been watching too much of the Olympics.
Oh, you gonna be 21 years old again? I hear you.
Congratulations on that. But yes, I haven't been watching the Olympics that much, but I know that there is a gym to be celebrated. Mexico has a representative at the Olympics. You guys know who I'm talking about. This is someone who is representing Mexico in a sport that hasn't been represented in the Olympics for 3 decades.
That's 30 years.
No.
I could do math, yo. I could do math.
Anybody know? I'm looking at the comments.
They're like, nope. I know. I saw all those falls, them crashing into the wall. I thought somebody was going like be really messed up, but they seen that. One girl got carried away, but she was caught talking to her mama and she was getting carried away. They was slammed into that wall. Let me see.
Oh, Jorge, you got it. Donovan. Yes, Donovan.
Oh, I didn't think nobody was
Carillo.
Carillo.
Donovan Carillo.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a young dude who got into figure skating because his sister was in it first, and then there was a girl there that he liked. Like, this is the story that I heard him retell. So he got into figure skating because the girl he liked was in there, but that girl dropped out of figure skating and he just kind of fell in love with it and kept up with it, and now he is representing Mexico in the Olympics.
April loves the story. Like, I saw 2 things going by here that I want to kind of address. Somebody asked us, what is our story? We'll make a video about it because it ain't your average story. We'll make a video about it.
You probably have a video about it.
I don't think we do.
No?
I want to do a whole dramatic kind of ordeal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we met and had a long distance relationship and went out, yada yada yada, went out of the country. We'll make a video about it. But I saw something else that kind of sparked my interest. We hadn't thought about. When is our annual Yarborough retreat? Would you guys be willing to do a group trip someplace? Because I'm down. I'm thoroughly down. If we can get some traction on that, I'll make that happen.
Okay, a group retreat. And where? where would it be?
Oh, that's a good question. Where would you guys want to hang out for a few days? What do you want to see? Where would you want to go? Is it a beach kind of thing? Is it the jungle? You know what I mean? Like, what would you want to do?
All right. Corky Cork saw a video where we mentioned.
All right, Corky Cork, you own it. Shoot.
I'm like, I know we mentioned it a few times. I don't know if we did a dramatic retelling.
All right,
you guys can see we're having fun with this program we're using for the live stream.
Loving
so, you know, Rondell is going to get really creative with whatever we come up with this dramatic storytelling of how we met.
All right, so we got a little. During each episode, we're gonna start a little countdown. Give you guys our kind of top lists. And we have a list we wanted to go over today for those people who are interested in moving to Mexico, or you moved to Mexico but you ain't really thriving in Mexico. We're gonna give you our top 10 apps that you need to have if you're living in Mexico. And at the top of the list, I know y'all already know what I'm gonna say. What's gonna be number one, you guys?
Everybody wants to meet
La Paz. Oh.
We wouldn't mind going back. We loved it. All right, so the first app.
No, I'm stuck on La Paz. Okay, y'all want to do this? Let's do this. All right. So at the top of the list of apps that you need to have to function in Mexico is WhatsApp. Look, you ain't making no moves business-wise. You ain't making any kind of moves with friends or anything else if you are not connected through WhatsApp. That's like the main vein, the main line of communication in Mexico.
And it's in a lot of places, not just Mexico, Central America, South America, the Caribbean, I'm sure parts of Europe as well. That is the lifeline here. WhatsApp, you're doing business, you're connecting with people. It's all through WhatsApp. So that's a major app to have if you are in Mexico or just if you're traveling in general, because you don't need to have a local phone number to connect with people.
I don't want any of you to think I ain't checking out the comments. I see you. La Paz is blowing up down here. Okay, okay. Let's see what we can make happen. Let's see what we can add, because as a group, we can get one of them nice cribs.
Okay, real quick. Charles is moving back to Tijuana next year, working in San Diego. All right, so
all right.
Back and forth.
All right. Enjoy that food down there, man. Tijuana. Woo!
Enjoy the move back.
Man, enjoy that move, bruh.
So next app.
If you are handling your business down there, you're going to need to send money back and forth, and Wise really works well for us.
Formerly known as TransferWise.
TransferWise, man. You have large amounts of money. You don't want to carry that around in your pocket. When you're putting that first and last month's rent down, or you making a deal in Mexico, I like using Wise. Mostly because I got a little time to draw that money back if things don't seem right. But it's a really good way to transfer money in Mexico around without getting hit with all the fees.
We used it to pay our rent
in
Guadalajara.
For sure. Next, you need to be able to get from point A to point B.
Okay, so transportation. All right, so through a majority of Mexico, you can use apps such as Uber, Didi, and InDriver. InDriver is one where you set your own price.
It's a negotiation.
Drivers decide if they're going to pick you up or not. But those are 3 apps that you can use to get around Mexico. There's some part of Mexico where it's just taxis. But for the most part, you can download those apps and be good to go.
Now, yes, Didi, D-I-D-I, yes. Now, after you get around, or maybe you don't want to get around. Maybe you want to sit in the house. Maybe you want to stay in the house. Maybe it's a time of COVID and you want to have groceries delivered to your doorstep. You want to celebrate Taco Tuesday without leaving the crib. What can you use?
There are lots of grocery store apps. Rondell's going to change the battery real quick because it just died on us. So just checking to see if you guys can still hear us. We're here and just changing the battery on the camera. So give us 1 second. All right, I know we're still connected. We can see the table. All right, we're focusing back. I think we're back. Let me know if you can see us as Rondell remounts the camera. I think just move it a little bit more over to your way. Okay, you guys can see, you can hear. Awesome. Okay, great.
You've been talking too long. We're supposed to shut this thing down a minute ago.
Okay, so the apps for groceries, some that we used a lot when we were stuck in Merida, and then we just kept using because they were so
And stuck in
convenient.
Merida meaning that we couldn't go outside, right? So not stuck in Merida like it's a bad place.
Because of the pandemic. Okay, you can use the Corner Shop app. Corner Shop delivers groceries from whatever stores in the area, like Soriana, Sam's, Walmart.
She's so detailed.
Lots of stores. So the big box grocery stores, you can get deliveries from there, but you can use apps like Rappi,
Uber Eats.
Yeah.
If you stuck in the house, if you got like Montezuma Revenge came up to slap you up, you really ain't got no business trying to make no runs. You get the double entendre. You can use Rappi to kind of get the supplies that you need, get you some Tretta delivered to you, and if you are going through it, Tretta can be your savior.
Yes. Hey Vanessa. Hey Harris's.
What up, though? All right, we got those done. I think that's 10.
Were those all of our apps?
I believe it is. Oh no, translation.
Ooh.
What if you don't habla the Francis or the Espanol, or what if you need some help communicating?
Okay, so we talked about Google Translate, just translating on the go, but if you want something free that you can practice daily, Duolingo is a good app to just kind of learn a few phrases here and there, learn some words, and to get familiar with the language if you aren't already.
Yeah, man, it's a savior, especially if you know you're going to be moving to a place. They have all kind of different games that you can play to kind of practice and everything else, and it's free. That's my thing.
One app that we always mention is Facebook.
Yeah.
Because we connect with so many different groups in the regions that we're going to or traveling to, that turn into friendships, that turn into awesome resources of information. That's just a great way to get connected with people, is finding those groups and connecting with groups like expats in CDMX or expats in Yucatan, groups like that. And I think we have one more, which is Rome to Rio.
I forgot
and
about
this
that.
is kind of like an app that you use if you want to know the transportation options from one place to another.
Like say you're living in, I don't know, Guadalajara, and you want to go visit Monterrey. They'll give you a host of different options of different ways you can get there and different price points.
Exactly. Someone in the comments, AG, Memrise is a good app too. Memrise is good for learning the language as well. So check out that. Thank you for that recommendation.
Okay, that's a language app. I didn't know anything about it.
Yep,
Thank
Memrise.
you. Good luck. Y'all write that one down. I didn't know about it. Okay.
All right, so that's our top apps for the day, and maybe we'll dive into our top favorite cities or the top best beaches in Mexico, or
I like to do that bottom stuff. Our most hated cities, our worst Airbnb stays, all that. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. We try to keep it light today. I think it's a good time to just open up for questions for like 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. You down for that? Y'all got some questions? What's up? Get at us. Y'all bros hit an answer.
You need to let something off your chest.
What you want to know? Keep growing strong on YouTube. We tried, Travel Lady. We tried, bruh. We tried.
Court mentioning Mexit Plans. Yes, I don't know if you're still in here, but Mexit Plans has an excellent website and a YouTube page as well.
Okay.
And that's if you want like the deeper information on the day-to-day living in Mexico or living in Merida. That you
Hey, somebody type in the HTTP, type in that website address or anything down there. I posted it for people to write down for sure.
Excellent resource.
Let me see. What is the homeless population like in Mexico? Man. Well, I have to say that there are vagrants, but I don't see as many as I see in the States. People have housing here and houses here. Now, that housing might be cinder block housing. It might be dilapidated housing. It might be shanties, but housing is available here. I don't see too many homeless people.
Okay. And we got a question about what part of Mexico do you live in? We stopped living in a place in Mexico when we finished our lease in Guadalajara.
We just been roaming, free roaming.
Roaming.
In a non-disclosed location right now because the video will be coming at you.
Yeah, so stay tuned for the video coming out this Sunday so you can see our latest destination.
What airline do we prefer when traveling in Mexico? You know what? We did a video about that. Do you have a preference? I know, whatever the cheapest. You know what I'm saying?
So we fly Viva Airbus and Volaris a lot.
Muchas gracias. Thank you.
So we fly those airlines, and whatever just has the good deal and can get us from point A to point B,
Is our
nonstop
favorite.
possibly is our favorite. And I want to answer this question from Charles.
What's up?
What phone service do we use in Mexico? Telcel. Telcel's been really good for us.
Recharging at the OXXO
It's
without
like
a doubt.
the packets.
Super easy.
So it's like a pay as you go,
Yep.
and we pay 200 pesos for 30 days and get like 3 or 4 gigs of data. So that works perfect for us. Let's see. Charles Lawrence wants to know what's the next stop for us after Mexico.
Man, we're figuring that out. Do we need to do a video? And I don't think that would be an interesting video, though.
I think we mentioned
Watching
it
us
a
have a
few
conversation.
times. We mentioned it a few times, but we're going to be exploring Central and South America.
I'm toying with the idea of just going there and doing a live and dropping some little signs about like this is outside the door, this is outside the door, or walking around the area and see if you guys can figure it out. I think that would be kind of fun.
Oh, okay. So you want to go like live on location, walking around
Live
and
on
see if someone
location
can
and see if they can figure out where we are.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's interesting. We could probably do that. Okay. Do we prefer southern Mexico or more than north?
I like southern Mexico a lot. That Pacific coast got me turned out too, though.
Okay, kind of fell in love with the Baja Peninsula, Baja California Sur.
Like that last video we did, I was not telling a lie. If we're gonna set up shop in Mexico, it would probably be La Paz. And I know like that's like not popular with people. It's like, that's not Mexico, that's not Mexican, that's not authentic Mexico. But I liked it a lot. I really liked it. It was chill, it was relaxed, it was beautiful, and there was a whole lot of things to do, with outdoor kind of things to do, which I really like.
Yeah, I think I'd have to visit more in both regions to figure out which I prefer. But I kind of want to say like central to central south. If that makes sense. South Central.
Yeah, it's South Central.
Have we considered Querétaro? Yes, we did a few videos in Querétaro. Really loved it. I think it's a great place for a family.
I think it's the perfect place for a family. Not the perfect place for me. Like it's a city, it's a big city. But if I'm gonna go big city, I'm gonna go big city, and that doesn't have the nightlife and the other things that I would like in a big city. But it's safe, it's cool, it's clean, it's beautiful. I don't like. It's a lot of people's top choice, and I understand that.
We got a randomly personal-ish question
Let's
from
go.
Danielle. How many pairs of shoes did we pack when we first left the U.S.?
So I had a shoe problem before I left the United States of America. Believe it or not, like I was really a polished kind of little dude before I left. But I only left with like 3 pair of shoes and 2 pair of boots.
I probably want to say I have 3.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
I have more than her.
pairs.
How many do I have now? I got 1 pair of flipping shoes.
I think I have like a pair of tennis shoes and a pair of like sandals.
It is hard to find my size. And I don't even wear it. I'm like 11 and a half. You know, it's hard to find my shoe internationally. Very difficult. But luckily with Mexico, Amazon is a real factor. So I got some shoes on the way.
Stinky asked a question: has Russia or China news? I forgot we can put these comments up here. Influence our schedule regarding visiting neighboring countries in those regions? Not really. Not for me. I think we still want to visit Georgia. We still want to go to like
With that Balkan region, I'm doing Southeast Asia again. But yeah, no, Russia, the issues that they're having. You know, we had some friends that got stuck over in the Ukraine for a moment. So shout out to expats everywhere. COVID kind of slowed them down, and they were in a hairy situation for a minute. So I'm not trying to get in one of those hairy situations. And you know, if you're a world traveler, you know you need to keep your eye on political events happening for real. And you know, Russia is trying to come up in arms and pretty much invade Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? And take over. But no, we're not messing around in those regions like that.
All right. What else you want to dive into here?
Brazil. Ooh, speaking that language, I want to go. That's one of my fantasy spots as well. I don't talk about that one a lot, but yeah.
Okay, we see a lot of different places being dropped in here.
Okay.
Yeah, different places. We definitely want to go to Argentina. We haven't gone to the Philippines, but that's an area that we're interested in visiting as well.
Yeah. Lots of friends have gone.
I love that you guys are answering questions for people if we don't get the opportunity to get to them, so that's pretty cool. The Specialist, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
The extra gift, it really helps.
Joe, you know you my boy. Well, I had to shout you out, bro. Thanks for showing up, man.
We're so far back on these comments. Danielle, thank you for your super sticker. Thank you. You guys are the best.
Y'all are the best, man.
Rick, you got your permanent resident visa?
All right.
Congratulations.
You jumped through the hoops.
That's
Good
some
job.
time in the making. That is a big thing. And we have to figure out, what we're doing for ourselves.
Let's get one more question.
One more question. You pick. Did we catch up with all the comments?
Let's go here. I was there in Playa Cara in December. Not too bad. What was your favorite city in Mexico? Ooh.
Let's see if you guys can answer that. Do you guys know our favorite cities in Mexico? We've mentioned a few times. Favorite cities.
Favorite city. Let's see how well y'all know the Yard Bros.
I don't know if we have a favorite, but we have some that we definitely like.
Yeah, I do. Let me see. You want to go first?
Sure. A city at the top of my list starts with an S.
The initials are SMA.
SMA. Okay, what's SMA? That's my favorite one. T-Law, thank you. Look at you giving us gifts in your birthday month.
I know. T-Law, thank you. Appreciate you sincerely from the deepest depths.
But San Miguel de Allende, that's one of I just fell in love with the rooftop bars and the stunning views of the cathedral there. Glorious.
Morelia, you're right. Whoever put that out there, that's one of my favorite cities in Mexico. I fell in love with one of the rooftop bars they had.
We fell in love with the price of living there. Like,
and the price of living, ooh la la.
Stay somewhere for a minute
and build up some bank. Yeah, man, that's a good recovery spot. My goodness.
Yes.
But yeah, man, La Paz is overflowing in my heart. I won't front on that either. All right.
You guys, thank you for tuning in with us this Thursday.
We appreciate you. Give yourself a round of applause for hanging out with the Yard Bros, man. You guys came to another Thursday. Next week will be interesting as well.
Hey, and we're always open to ideas. So if there is some content you want us to hit on, let us know. We'll see if we can integrate that into our Live with the Yard Bros on Thursdays.
So we just want to say thank you very much. Muchas gracias for joining us today. My name is Rondell.
My name is April.
And we are up out of here. Peace and love
noches, amigos.
From the Yard Bros.
Adios.